In this video, we're still going to be writing the equation of a line, only this time I will show the x-intercepts and the y-intercepts. So let's do it. Let's start this time with a graph. Remember that if we're going to write y equals mx plus b, then we're going to need the slope. The slope is the letter m, and if we have a graph, then we can find m super easily by using the rise and the run. The rise is how far the graph moves up. So from this bottom part to the top part, we moved up 4. The run is how far we move from left to right. From the left dot to the right dot, the x changed by 2. To find the slope, we do the rise divided by the run. That's going to make 4 over 2, which is 2. In the slope-intercept equation, we have 2x plus b. Then, the next part is we need to fill in the x and the y. We need to put something for x, we need to put something for y, and put something for x. We're going to take either one of these numbers. -1, -3 could work, but 1, 1 is going to be a lot easier to put. I'm going to take these numbers for x and y, 1 for y, 2 times 1 for x plus b. That means 1 is equal to 2 plus b. We're going to solve for b. We are going to solve for b by subtracting the 2. That's going to leave b alone on the right side and 1 minus 2 to make -1 on the left side. b is equal to -1. Let's finish off our slope-intercept equation by writing the slope times x minus our y-intercept. And our y-intercept was equal to 0, -1. And in fact, since they gave us the graph, we can see that that is true. What we can't see is we don't know what exact number is the x-intercept. So for the x-intercept, what we know for the x-intercept is if we are on the x-axis, then y is equal to 0. So on the x-axis, we know that we're going to have the number 0 for y. So let's take this equation that we just made, and we're going to put 0 in for y. 2x minus 1 is equal to 0. Let's move the 1 to the left by adding it. 1 is equal to 2x, and then let's divide by 2. X equals 1/2. Let's fill it into the ordered pair. And then we said 1/2 comma 0 is the x-intercept, and I agree with that based off of the graph. It sure looks like x is 1/2 when y is 0. Let's do some more examples just so that you know 100% you know what you're doing and how to do it without a graph. Let's start with number 17. We're trying to find y equals mx plus b. We're writing the whole linear equation, and then we're going to find the intercepts. We start off with the slope, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. If we were given the graph, we could have done rise over run. If we were given a table, we could have done delta y, delta x. Since they gave us 2 points, we need to use the slope formula. Let me go ahead and throw that chart in here because I don't know if I've ever mentioned that before. Alright, so the best ways to find slope are summarized as if you get 2 points, you're going to use the slope formula. That's how it's going to show up on the formula chart. If you're given a table, then the best thing to do is to remember the change in y divided by the change in the x. You look from one y to the next, how much did it change? And from one x to the next, how much did the x change? If you get a graph, then you should do rise divided by the run. You just need to label how far up or down it went as the rise, and then from left to right, how much did the graph move between those 2 dots? Or if you label the points, then you can still use delta y and delta x. If you're given an equation and it isn't in slope-intercept already, you need to rearrange it so that it is in slope-intercept form, and then whatever is multiplying x is the slope. If you have any way that you like best, you can use that way. All of these things are equivalent. It's just sometimes it's faster to remember one way in a certain situation. But if you just know one way and that's it, it's going to work all the time. You just have to remember where things go. All right, so I'm going to have the second point as x2, y2, and the first point as x1, y1. That means I have a negative 3 minus 3 over 1 minus 3. That's going to make a negative 6 over negative 2. The top makes negative 6 because they're both negative 3's. The bottom makes negative 2 because we have a positive 1 and we're taking 3 away from it. This reduces down to be a positive 3. M equals 3, and we're going to fill that into y equals mx plus b. So y equals 3x plus b. Now let's take one of these points from above. Let's take one of these points from the top, and we're going to put them for x and y. Let's use 3 and 3. 3 for y, we're taking here, and we're plugging it in. Three for y, 3 for x, plus b. 3 is equal to 9 plus b. If we subtract 9, that'll be 3 minus 9 equals b. b is equal to negative 6. So our final equation is y equals 3x minus 6. And the y-intercept is 0, negative 6. Because b was negative 6, that's what the y-intercept is. And the final part is we need to find the x-intercept, which means we need to put 0 for y. So let's go ahead and put a 0 for y, and we're going to solve for x. 3x minus 6. We're going to have to add 6. We're going to divide by 3. X is 2. So let's fill it in right there. And that is everything you could possibly want from those 2 points, besides the graph. But we've already practiced graphing enough times this week. All right, I want you to try 15, 18, and 16. You try 15, 16, and 18. And I'm going to show the answers in a bit. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, there are the answers. Pause the video if you need to. Because if you can do this, you can do everything. You can write the equation, you know how to find the x-intercept, you know how to find the y-intercept. Good luck on your assignment. Not all of them will take a long time, but get that practice in and make yourself the best you can. You are getting stronger in math every day. Thank you.